Hi, guys. Hi. Gotta wait for the chat to catch up. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I am Duchess. This is my channel, Duchess Divinity, and we do lots of stuff here. But I'm gonna tell you how to alchemize the chaos energy right now, because the chaos energy is freaking ripe. Hi, Anna. What's up? What's up, guys? I'm waiting for people to come in. Hello. Hi. Hi, Sam. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Anna. Hi, Em. Eclipse season changed nearly everything for me. Same. Does anybody else feel like we're like, yo, everything's mad weird? Oh, 11 people in here, 11 likes. Damn. Okay, so the 11-11. All right, but I'm here. I'm house sitting with Bo. He's staring at me. His ear is flopped over. But yeah, it's like we're in the middle of the eclipses. We're having insane solar flares. We're in the middle of Mercury retrograde. Like, there is a lot of chaos energy. A lot. Hello, other Sam. Hello, baby Pico. Perfect timing for you to come on. I was just taking care of my chickens and my baby cardinals hatch. Beautiful. I gotta tell you, there's this cardinal that hangs out with me here. There's two, and there's one that just started hanging out at my house. So that is like a major totem animal for me right now. I have to look it up. Hello, Trinity. Hello, Vanity. What's up, guys? The same eclipse changed my life so much, and finally for the better. Hell yeah, good for you. There's a whole cardinal family outside my window. Whoa. Wow. Cool, guys. We all got that cardinal energy. Like the video, please, guys, so more people can get notified. I'm so jealous of people who didn't need chaos for enlightening. Hi. It's 3:33 there. Sweet. It's 3:33 here too. Hello, Divine Moonshine. Thanks. Just got a new like. Cardinals and vultures have been a major totem animal recently. Yeah, vultures, they have to deal with like the death card and with like major change and shifts. Hello, Alaya. And what's up, guys? I feel like I look nice in this lighting. All right, I'm gonna smoke a little bowl. So I'm pretty sure I talked about manifesting, healing, and spirit babies and chaos spirits. If I missed something from the title, please just leave it in the comments and I'll go over it. Hi, Yagmer. Hi, Maria. Oh my gosh, everybody's coming in. So glad you're live. Yeah, I'm happy to be live too. I'm gonna explain some shit because everything's crazy. You look nice in every lighting, Dutch. Thank you, Sam. I rescued 3 baby possums in my wall. They were so cute. Ah, cute. Thanks, Lizzie. Like and turn notifications on. Pretty sure cardinals are about following your passion and leaning into your creativity. That makes so much sense. And do you know what the cardinal told me this morning? It was like, stand out in a crowd. Like, follow your purpose. You're not meant to fit in. You're meant to be bright. You're meant to be that because I saw the cardinal, he was like way deep in the woods, but I could see him because he was so bright, and he was like, that's how bright you're supposed to shine. Like, you're supposed to just shine as brightly as you can. Don't let trying to fit in dim you down. Don't let other people tell you you're too much. Don't let people try to tear you down or act like, you know, you're not valuable or like there's no place for you in society, because it's just not true. He was like, even though I'm this bright red cardinal, I live happy amongst the trees and I'm very beautiful. And I was like, that's true. 5:34 a.m. Oh my God. In Australia. Sun is conjunct the North Node, Rahu, which is squaring Pluto that just entered Aquarius, and Pluto is on my fucking Mars. Yo, astrology is such a science that I am not savvy on, but I know the nodes deal with, like, destiny. It's like destiny in this life and past lives and everything. So you're having some destined experiences. Hello, Lena. Hello, Mary. Sorry, I don't know why I'm talking like salad fingers. Don't look it up, it's scary. Unless you want to be scared. Also, you probably know who salad fingers are. Who salad fingers is? I don't know, because me and my sister, when we tried to share stuff, we used to watch creepy stuff on the internet with people. They were like, "That we don't know that. Where'd you find that? We don't know that." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I guess we just have really weird taste." Oh my god, I used to love salad fingers. Riff Raff from Rocky Horror. Yeah. In fact, I'm decreeing for myself right now with this live, a portal has opened, and when the live is over, the portal will open us to the next steps of our manifesting desired paths. I'm alright. Yo, I'm telling you, portal after portal, timeline after timeline. Are you having this experience, guys? Pay attention. So there are going to be certain moments where it's like you have to pay attention, because you're literally, like, I've hopped in the last not even 24 hours, I've hopped timelines 3 times. So, and then I'm also having these other really weird experiences with my phone. So, like, what happened was I have a clicker for this house, like a clicker for the garage, to get in. And I said to myself, I'm putting it here because I want to remember that this is where I put it, because I don't want to lose it. Because if I lose it, I can't get back in the house, you know? So I put it in a certain spot in my car and made a note of putting it in that spot. I woke up this morning at 7 a.m. and colors looked brighter, and I felt happier, and I felt better than I have in a bit. You want to go inside? Sorry, Bo wants to go inside. Yeah, you can go inside, Mr. Sleepy. You want me to set you up with a blankie? I put the blankie up for you. Come on. Yeah, I'll put the blankie for you. Here you go. Sorry, guys. I'm babysitting. A dog baby. Bo, I know. You cut your hair off? Damn. Salad fingers is definitely a millennial thing. The past 7 months literally towered my life, and everything I wanted was ripped away from in front of my eyes, but I'm fine. Everything's fine, dude. Been there. I had a moment like that in July of last year when I realized I had been following a timeline that did not fucking exist at all. Because someone was really heavily lying to me, and so the timeline I thought existed did not exist. Oh god, I could throw up just thinking about it. Alright. Have you made videos about timeline jumping in the past? I can't remember. If not, could you tell us more about tell us a bit more, give resources. So, I don't really have resources. Alright, guys, let me tell you something about me, and then I'll go back to talking about the timelines. So, I've been psychic since I was a child. I used to say and do, like, weird psychic shit when I was a little kid. I used to see things that weren't there. I'd talk about stuff like that all the time. I've been like this since I could talk when I was 2. And then I turned it off a lot throughout the years because it was really scary as a kid to, like, see things that you can't explain, and nobody has a good, no one else in my family was psychic, so it was always like, oh, it's your imagination or this or that, and this happens to a lot of people. They turn it off. And then I really dove back into it when I was 18, and I went to college, and I made some friends who read the tarot, and they started teaching me the tarot. So my knowledge, when people ask me, like, oh, do you have books to suggest? Do you have this to suggest? I'm going to be 31 in June. So I've been doing this for almost 13 years. And before the internet was really a thing, when I was 18 in college, like, it was a thing, but there wasn't resources like that we have now, like this online. YouTube was barely a thing. Like, it was just different. That was back in 2011, 2010, 2011. So it was just different. And I would I'd travel all over the state I was from and the surrounding states. And I would go to metaphysical shops and I would speak to the owners and I would speak to the psychics and I would get healings done and I would get readings done. And every time I went, they'd be like, "You are so psychic. You just haven't figured it out yet." And so a lot of my knowledge comes from firsthand experiences and one-on-one conversation and contact, seeking information. Another huge piece of how I get information is because I am such an open channel. I've been working this muscle with a brief period of kind of putting it aside while I was with my abusive partner for a while, because he was always arguing with me about my spirituality and trying to shut it down and tell me it wasn't real and whatever. So I kind of put it aside, but I never really let it go. I just did it in secret, right? Like a witch hunt. So it was like, I've been opening up and working this muscle for 13 years. So I'm a very open channel and I'm getting more psychic by the day. Every day I get more psychic, if I'm being really honest. And working with people in person is showing me that, because the reactions are more palatable. Like, they're more, no, not palatable. What is the word? They're more visceral, like they're there. It's a visceral, it's a very real experience. Like, and I love the emails and stuff, but to see somebody's jaw drop in real time and have them be like, "How the fuck did you know that?" That's a whole different experience, you know what I mean? So it's like, I channel a lot of information. I get a lot of information from interdimensionals, from, aliens and spirits and stuff. And kind of like in ancient Egypt, why I love ancient Egypt, because it was like the age of Aquarius. It was like a time of shared knowledge, and the interdimensionals were walking in tandem with the humans, and we were like creating incredible things like the pyramids and stuff. And so I use that, I walk in tandem with them through the spiritual realms, even though they're not here. I mean, they are here, but they're not here in front of my face. I get a lot of information from them. I really like Elizabeth April when it comes to learning about quantum physics. She has a great like vault of information out there on quantum physics. I'm very into quantum physics, and I kind of just find it wherever I can. A lot of my algorithms are of people teaching quantum physics. Quantum physics, you can find good information out there on. I just channel a lot of it, and then after I channel it, I go and I will look up what I've channeled. That's a great way to do it too. See what your spirits have to say, and then go look it up and see if what you channeled is on point. And even if it's not quite on point, trust what you've channeled, because it might work a little different for you than it does for the guy writing the article, if that makes sense. So back to the timeline hopping. So what happened was, I have this clicker to get into the house. I have a specific spot I put it so that I don't lose it, because if I lose it, I can't get back in. So I go to get my clicker and it's not there. And I swear I put it there, and I was like, what the hell? Like, where is it? And so I go to that's another thing. Technology has been really weird right now, especially with all the solar flares. So Sunday, there was major solar flares that could have taken out the electrical grid. And so if you felt super weird, very groggy, very floaty, out of your body, really horny, I heard that was a symptom too. And I definitely experienced that. But it's because, when we're making a baby or when we're having sex or orgasming, it's because we're literally the closest to God that we can get in a physical form, because it's like we're opening up that portal to like higher dimensions, especially like sex, sacred energy exchange. Like if you're doing it in a tantric way or with someone that you're really in love with, this is going to like get you close to God. And so a lot of people were really horny, because it's like the solar flares are hitting really hard and you kind of have to orgasm out of it or you're going to cry. Like you either go really high or really low. So I go to put in the thing on the code on the door, and it doesn't work. Like the keypad for the garage, it lights up and then it doesn't work at all. And I'm like, great. And so then I go searching for it, and I eventually find it, but it's like under the seat. And I was like, I know, like, it didn't, like, and the dog wasn't even in the car when that happened, because I had to stop home yesterday for reasons I could not foresee. And then I was like, okay, that's mad weird. So I was like, I'm putting it here, because, like, I could have just been, like, not paying attention or whatever. So I was like, I am putting it here, and I will remember that, because it traumatized me to think I might not be able to get back in the house. I woke up this morning, it was in a different spot. It wasn't under the seat. It was like it was like in a different spot of the car. Not like it got kicked off or anything. Like, I placed it in a whole different spot, and I was like, no, that's wrong, because I remember putting it down here. And this morning I woke up at 7 a.m. in a cheerful mood, and everything looked brighter, like colors looked prettier, and my twin was like talking to me in the in-between, like right before you wake up, like for probably like 2 hours from 7 to 9. And I was like, dude, I timeline hopped to like a happier timeline, because colors look more vibrant. I don't just wake up happily at 7 a.m. That is not something I do, like, unless I went to bed really early. And then I was looking at my glasses, because they were like on the side of the bed, and I was like, oh, I should move those glasses. I had like a vision of like Bo knocking them down and stepping on him, and I was like, whatever, like, if it happens, I was like, I got another pair, I can afford to fix them. So I'm trying to like neutralize, because like when we think of the possibility that there are endless amounts of timelines, like there is some timeline where my glasses get smashed or whatever, right? So I was just kind of neutralizing how that makes me feel. I was like, yeah, I really like those glasses, but I'd survive. Like, it'd suck, I'd be out like $300, but I'll survive, just kind of making the most of that thought I had and moving on. And I swear to God, guys, I just left in there. Like, I didn't do anything, because I neutralized how I felt about it. And I came home and they were on the dresser. And like, I could have forgot, but I remember specifically being like, wait, no, I had like a whole conversation with myself about the spot that you were in, glasses. How are you in a different spot? And the same thing about the clicker. I was like, I had a whole conversation with myself about how I was putting this here, so I didn't have that same upsetting experience that I had last night, and then it was moved. So yeah, either there's like poltergeist activity, which it just goes into what I'm saying about the chaos energy. Because I was like yelling at my chaos spirits. I was like, don't mess with me like that, it's not funny. And spirit was like, no, there's no spirits messing with you, you're timeline hopping. And I was like, oh, because the fae will mess with you, other chaos spirits like the jinn will mess with you, just, trickster spirits, Ilewa, gatekeepers, they'll just like mess with you with things that don't really matter, So it's like, I was like, stop messing with me, and spirit was like, nobody is like messing with you, you're just timeline hopping. So yeah, it's like the chaos energy of all of that. So yeah, that's what I'm experiencing right now. I keep hopping different timelines, shit keeps moving, like, it's just mad weird. I keep feeling like I'm here, and like I'm in and out of, the veil is like super thin, and like it just feels like I'm in and out of like all different dimensions. Ooh, I also asked if there was a timeline shifter yesterday and got an affirmation from my guides. Yeah, right? It's crazy. I was doing yoga today and I heard, I'm an earthling, and then I Googled it. That's cute. Thank you so much for this. You're welcome. It doesn't go away. It would find its way into your life even if you aren't exercising it. I agree with that about the psychic abilities. I feel the same way, but recently I've lost touch with my intuition with everything being so chaotic. The thing about that too is like, that's what I want to talk about in this video. I want to talk about harnessing the chaos energy for good, because as a humanity, as a society, so much of the time chaos energy has been turned to evil and fear, and it's been used to like elicit uncomfortable, upsetting emotions out of us, and then harness that upset out of us, because they literally feed on all of our fear and pain, because they're literally spiritual vampires, like the government, the 1%, the overlords, whatever you consider them to be. they feed on your pain and suffering, and the way they can usually elicit that out of you is through chaos. So I want to talk about using chaos energy for manifestation and remaining entirely neutral no matter what happens. So it's like, so instead of me getting pissed, like, spirits, you're moving my stuff around, I just have to remain neutral and be like, nobody's touching my stuff, we're timeline hopping, you know? And I just have to, like, I'm not getting, like, overly excited, and I'm not getting overly upset. I'm just trying to remain neutral. And so if you really tap into the chaos energy, chaos is what created reality, right? It's like the idea that at first there was nothing. It was all black. And then a light came through. So chaos is the energy of creation. And then when I talk about spirit babies, I will talk about that and the chaos energy of birth, okay? And the ugliness of birth, but the beauty of it. And like, that goes back to the experience I had when I had my bad mushroom trip, my really scary mushroom trip. I just kept thinking about how disgusting humans were, like, because I was like foaming at the mouth and shit. It was really bad. I was like foaming, and I was like, humans are fucking nasty. There's like foam coming out of me. I just was like looking at dirt and grime and all, like I was looking at buildings and cars, and I was like, oh, this is wrong. This is all wrong. It's so dirty. But like, life is dirty. Life is chaos. Life is grime. Life is that dark, thick energy, but it's also light and beauty and like prayer and blessings and love, and it's both. That's the catch-22, right? We don't just have a right hand and we don't just have a left hand. Just like there is not just the right hand path and the left hand path. I was literally just watching, just reading a post on Instagram about how Yeshua, Jesus, mastered both the right and the left hand path. That's why you see him with the blue and red lights coming out of him. You know how you see that? It's like the white light, and then there's blue and red. Blue represents the goats. They represent the left-hand path, and they represent the leaders. The sheep are represented by the right and the right-hand path. That's so weird too, that like the right is red and the left is blue when it comes to politics. It's just another like weird like government like that, like stealing from something else. You know what I mean? Like stealing from something, perverting it, and making it like a way to divide us instead of integrate us. Because I think we can all agree that whenever something gets out of balance in this very polarized reality, nothing good happens. The pendulum swings, and it swings to extremely, and then after an extreme swing, it has to extremely swing back before it comes into a state of equilibrium, right? And so keeping us divided through the red and blue makes so much sense. But so yeah, the right hand path is that of the sheep and the follower, and we can't all be leaders, right? Because then there'd be no one to follow, and we can't all be sheep because then there'd be no leaders, right? And so it's about mastering the two within both of you. So it's like you're your own God, if that makes sense, and not in like a blasphemous way, in literally the way of like, I can tap into source. I am source having a physical experience. I am balanced in both the right and the left, in you know, the light and the dark, the chaos and the joy. I am balanced in it all. And so that's what people mean when they talk about Satanism and they say no gods, no masters, because you are God, like you are source. You're just a very small low-level fractal of source. And low level isn't to be rude, it's just like it's a lower dimension than the highest dimension of the Most High, right? You're lower than the Most High. It's not bad, it just is. And that's where it's like this whole false masters, false gods come into play, with like the idea of government, and that somebody could actually have power over you that's literally equal to you just because they have more money than you, which is literally also just a human construct that doesn't even make sense or hold any real weight or merit, which we're watching now in real time as the currency systems completely shift. And we also watched it when they changed every rule and locked everything down for COVID. For what? To inject you and change your DNA with a genetically modified chemical that they shot directly into people's veins. I just saw a video about how the entire goal of the V is to create a third strand of DNA, to create a synthetic human being to then make us property. Because if we're no longer natural, and they've created this extra line of DNA in us, then that's not natural, and you cannot patent or own anything that is of nature, really, other than land, I guess. But it's just another way for them to own us and try to force stop our evolution. But I believe nature will always prevail. Just like, you know how they say, like, you know, if nature wanted to, she could come and send a plague of storms and kill us all. She could if she needed to. So I have faith that whatever our DNA is supposed to do, it will do. And I also feel as though the V can go one of two ways. I think that, yeah, it can kill you and it can take you over and everything, like we've been seeing. Or it can literally be like fucking X-Men, and it can activate your DNA and you can pull from it, right? It's the same idea of alchemy. Like, and just to use the example of what I've been through, I could have laid down and died when I was homeless and poor and had nothing to my name, but I chose to alchemize my life, change my life, and I chose to make something amazing out of it. And I'm still in shock by all the good things that I'm able to receive because I'm in alignment with who I truly am, and I'm respecting myself and doing what's best for me. So it's the same idea with the V. Like, if you believe it's going to destroy you and hurt you and all these things, and it very well might, but you always have a choice, because you are the creator of your own reality, especially right now while the veil is so thin. And like I said, the chaos energy is ripe, so you can harness that chaos energy and cultivate it and alchemize all this pain and suffering that they've put us through and use it to heal and grow, right? It's like with a sword in flames, like they bang on steel to make it stronger. It's like that. It's like a diamond under pressure. It's like that. So, yeah, that was a crazy thing that I learned about. Oh, yeah, the right and left-hand path. Yeah, so it's like we have to find this balance within ourselves so that we can ascend and eventually alchemize our reality, so that we're coming from a space of neutrality, and then we can move forward in our, like, manifestations, because we're on an equal playing field because we're leveled out. So, using this chaos energy, let me see what you guys are saying. Did you see the, yes, that's what I'm talking about, Bianca. The queen light up the 3 strands of DNA. That's what I saw, that I was like, oh, no. Nah, I'm a pureblood. I ain't never gotten the V. You know why? Because I literally believed I created my own reality, and I was like, there is no way on God's green earth that someone is going to forcibly stick something in me and then inject something in me that I don't want. That sounds like rape. If you put something else in my body that I don't want, that's rape, right? Why is it any different when it's literally a needle going straight into my bloodstream? It's not different to me. It's rape. And I don't care who thinks differently or who thinks that that's wrong. As a woman who's experienced that many times, that's how it feels to me. Personally, you can feel free to disagree with me, but those are just my thoughts. And so I was traveling, I was doing all these things, and I never once had to get it, and I never once had to explain myself or prove that I had it or didn't have it. That was all a scare tactic. They were just like they were like, stay in your house, because if you stay in your house, then you won't notice that like you don't actually need it to fly. And if you stay in your house, you won't notice that you don't actually need it to eat out at a restaurant. And if you stay in your house, you won't notice that, like, we're lying to you and coercing you and abusing you. So I got out of my house, and I never had to get it. Hey, Teresa. Revolution. Hell yes. The elites, when you tell them we're all equal at the end of the day, and it's a bunch of angry emojis, literally. Ugh. Feels like a spiritual revolution, also a pure blood. Hi, sister. The 2 sisters. All right, so I want to talk about, like, cultivating the chaos energy for healing and what I've been able to do. I've kind of been able to meld literally into nature through this chaos energy. I want to talk about it with manifestations and also with spirit babies. So I'm going to... I don't know why I just did that. I just felt the need to bite my nail on camera and then gave myself a hangnail, and I don't even bite my nails. Okay, that sucked. That was an impulsion, as I'm talking about, like, chaos energy. Talking about vaccines and conspiracy theories is not high energy, Dutch. Please stop. You know what, though? I'm going to have to disagree because, first of all, it's my channel, so I can do and say whatever I want. Second of all, I'm giving people information to grow, and I think it's pretty high vibrational to say that it's okay. You don't have to time them out. That was, like, respectful. It was a respectful way to say it, but it's like, I don't think it's low vibrational to tell people that they have the power to alchemize and move through something that could be hurting them. I don't think it's the same thing like I was saying about, like, rape and stuff. It's like I cannot monetize this video because they will take it down for me using that word when I'm literally a woman who has experienced that more times than I can count in my life. Like, the more we don't talk about this stuff, the more it's like fucking Voldemort, right? The more power you give it. You, like I said, you can feel free to disagree with me, but I don't think it's low vibrational to tell people that you have the ability to alchemize out of the evil. The vaccine itself, yeah, it's evil. The story, the whole, everything we all went through is evil, but I think there is power in giving people options in how to alchemize that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's high energy to me because we are pure bloods over here and we went through it and made it out to the other side and didn't fall for the shenanigans. Yeah, that, and also, like, I've talked about it before, I went through a lot of abuse to get to this point. Like, I literally couldn't even grocery shop without getting threatened to get my ass kicked. Like, yes, I agree, I'm on the other side of it because I had to be fucking strong-willed. As someone who was abused a lot, like, I didn't let the government abuse me because I just decided to stop laying down, dying, and taking it up the ass. I'm not doing it anymore. So, yeah. But like I said, everyone, you are free to have your own opinions, and if you feel like it's upsetting, you don't have to watch. But we also don't have to time them out because they were being respectful in how they said it. But thanks to the moderators who are on it. What a nice hair girl. Thank you. Okay, I feel called out. I make myself have hangnails on purpose to snag on my blankie. Are you okay? Because that sounds like a torture chamber. I was asleep during COVID, so I had my one shot. Hey, but you know what? You made it out. You survived. My sister literally thought she paralyzed herself and then didn't get another one because she said she could hear, it was her higher self. She said she could hear a voice in her head, and it was like begging her, like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And I'm like thinking, like, that's your higher self. And she's like, she said she just ignored it, and then as soon as she sat down, it was like screaming in her head, like, don't do it, and she did it anyway. And she said as soon as the needle went in her body, she started crying, and she instantly regretted it, and she knew she made the wrong choice. And then her arm went paralyzed, and she went to bed that night literally thinking that she paralyzed herself. And when she woke up and she could move her arm, she, like, vowed to herself that she wasn't going to get another one because of that experience. And then her work literally harassed her for months. Like, we need your card. We need to see your other, like, dosage, blah, blah, blah. And she just skirted them for months. So as someone who I fought for this, but I also understand that, like, a lot of people were literally blackmailed and harassed into it. And I cannot judge people for that. I really can't. Of course, like, I'm speaking from someone's point of view who works for themselves. So yeah, but it did take a very strong person to, like, stand up for your body, you know? What? I was SA when I was legit 7, and it makes me so mad because I was legit a child. How is the world not more protective? Yeah, I know. But that's unfortunately, what society is built on. It's built on the trafficking of humans and drugs and pain and suffering. And it's literally the least noble thing you could ever build an empire on. And that is what the 1% has created for us. They are the scum of the earth. It just is. But then it's hard because you have to stay in neutrality, and you have to like accept them as they are and understand that we already have one, because if you feed into the hate, it just feeds them. Right? Like, the more you feed into hate, and the more it feeds their agenda. So it's, like, so shitty, because you have to remain neutral, you know? I did 3 doses and had hair loss. I had to do therapy for that. Spiritually, I don't really notice if it affected me, but it was a huge productivity for me. Huge productivity time for me. Yeah. If you need something to read, please read The Man Who Broke Free by Justin A. Kohlberg. It will fully give you another awakening. It's crazy. Take care, girl. Thank you. Can you put that in the comments after? The Man Who Broke Free. My work made people without the V get tested weekly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, a lot of people were struggling in that way. All right, you had 3 V's and you're fine. That's good. I'm happy for you. I would never want somebody to have it and have a problem. It's unfortunate that a lot of people do get it and have extreme issues. And it's just crazy that we're not allowed to talk about it, or, people, you get in trouble, you get censored. Like, it's just insane. Do you have any thoughts on the Mandela effect and what causes it? Timeline hopping. I truly believe it's timeline hopping. And I also think, okay, too, let's get back to the dimensional stuff. And working with the chaos energy, we definitely did take a side road with that whole V conversation, but hopefully it helps somebody out there. The Mandela effect is directly related to timeline hopping, and it's also directly related to people leveling up at different stages in different times. So, like, as I understand it. This is always ever just what I channeled. I am not the end all be all. But, so it's like how right now, I'm in this very high vibration. There might be somebody who's in like a really low vibration, and it's literally like we're on different planes of existence, because they cannot even wrap their head around the way I'm living, and I cannot wrap my head around the way they're living, okay? And so that's what people mean when they say, like, we are, some people are going to stay in 3D and some people are going to stay in 5D. And that idea is literally just people still refusing to acknowledge truth and still refusing to move forward in a higher vibration. And so that's kind of when we see the Mandela effect, because maybe someone was in a really low vibration for a very long time. So they're like following this timeline. And on that timeline, it's the Berenstain Bears, or whatever all the Mandela effects are. The Berenstain Bears. And they're on this low timeline, and different little things change about that timeline because it's the lower one. Meanwhile, this higher timeline is happening where people are existing in a completely different frequency. Bo, stop it. Stop. They're existing in a completely different frequency. So then all of a sudden, this low vibrational person, they hop to the high vibrational timeline, and they're like, this is Bo. And they're like, wait, it's not Berenstain Bears. Or it's not Berenstain Bears, it's Berenstain Bears. And then everyone who's been on the high timeline is like, nah, dude, it's definitely Berenstain Bears. Like, it's always been that. And then low vibrational person is like, no, I swear to God, the last 5 years of my life, it was Berenstain Bears. I don't understand how it's Berenstain now, because you hopped a timeline. So that's how I see the Mandela effect. And that's how I think it is. Yeah, Bo's a cutie. He's a cutie. They like you, Bo. Do you want to sit up here with me? You may. You want to sit on this side? Ah! Okay, hold on. Ah! Hold on. Sir. Thank you. Let me move over. You gonna come up? Hi. Hi, crazy. What? Why are you a crazy guy? Oh my gosh. Wow. Hi. Hi. What? You say hi to the people? You say hi. Instead of corn, it's Bo. The government sent him. The Mandela effect is crazy. Yeah, because we're constantly hopping timelines. Alright, are you gonna sit down? What? I got top timelines, my dude. What's up? Anubis energy. Yeah. Yeah. Anpu works very closely with me, actually. And Hecate, because, you know, she loves hounds and dogs. Yeah. Did you go to the cemetery? Oh, you like the cemetery, right? You love it there. I know. You love it. I know. I know. I know. I know. It's very exciting. We had a great time. We did. We had a nice time. I know. Did you like it? Yeah. Did you hang out with... Oh, okay. All right. Did you hang out with the spirits? Yeah. Did you hang... Oh, what? What? No. Stop it. Why are you crazy? You just really liked it there? Yeah? It's nice. Okay. Okay. Okay, crazy. Okay. Listen. You want to go inside? Yeah. Yes. Why don't you go inside and settle down? He just leaps like a gazelle. All right. Go take a nap. Yeah, I'm going to stay out here a little longer. I'll come in soon, okay? I'm working, my dude. Let me finish my work and I'll come in, okay? Ugh. He's a baby. Yeah, Corn. Like, no, Corn, my cat. Hey, Dutch, glad I made it to this live. I missed the past 2 or 3. I'm glad you made it, too. All right, so Bo was just having a crazy dance party on my lap. The dog I'm watching. I'm going to smoke a little bit, and then we're going to talk about how to harness the chaos energy for healing, how to harness the chaos energy for manifestation. And Lizzie, if you don't mind putting timestamps, I would really appreciate it. Oh, also guys, we have I have a spell I'm doing. I found a really neat cemetery, like I was just talking about with Bo, and it's like incredible. There's a whole headstone made out of rose quartz. I've never seen anything like that in my life. It's giant. I sat on it because I was like, whoa. I put my crystals on it. It was insane. I found this really big statue. Listen, we'll talk about that when I talk about the babies. So, yeah, the spirit babies. What? I'm very curious about this as my nephew will be born today. Amazing. Congrats. Hello. Spirit babies can be reincarnated and stuff. Absolutely. Okay, thank you, Lizzie. Absolutely they can. That's another thing I want to tell you guys, that not only I have channeled, but other people have channeled. So please, if ever, okay, how can I say this delicately? Trigger warning. If ever you have had to terminate a pregnancy, whether it was by will or against your will because the baby wouldn't have been safe or you wouldn't have been safe or there would have been health, whatever it was, personal reasons. If ever you have had to terminate a pregnancy and you felt guilt from that, the first thing I want to say is you made the best choice you could in the moment that was the best for you, and we're only ever doing the best we can in any moment. And that guilt doesn't actually serve us. It just brings us down, and it like hurts us in the long run. But I also want to say I have spoken to spirits that sometimes incarnate. No, mostly every being incarnates knowing what it's getting into. Even when, I'm sorry, someone is like snapping me 100 times. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb. Too distracting. I was getting like 1,000 snaps. Okay. So I've talked to spirit babies. I've channeled this. The spirits, they know what they're signing up for, and they know that sometimes they know that they, will never actually be born, and sometimes they don't, But either way, their soul was equipped to be able to sign up to deal with that experience, and actually it's adding to the soul's like experience in life. I'm looking at a hawk right now. Oh my God. Whoa, a hawk was just flying so majestically through the trees while I was saying this, and that's a major synchronicity actually to me for babies. Whoa. Okay. So they know what they're signing up for, and a lot of time think of it almost like a resume and like experience. And so to not feel guilty about that because the soul was having an experience that it signed up for. And also, there is no reason why that baby is not going to be born elsewhere, like, or to you. Like, there's no reason why that soul can't come back and be born to you. So, like, for example, a person in my family had a miscarriage, and that child is going to be born to me. Multiple psychics have seen it and said it, that like this child has been waiting to be born into my family line, and that it was miscarried by that family member because it was actually meant to come to me. And it's almost like the soul made a little bit of a mistake and thought that like my family member was me, because we have such a similar vibration, that they were like, oh wait, she's not even like incarnated yet. And then they decided to wait until I incarnated. And I hear this from people who have, had to terminate pregnancies, like I said, for whatever reasons, that the soul has told them it's okay, like, I'm going to come back. Or they have had the pregnancy, or a pregnancy loss, whatever, and that they have the baby and they're like, dude, I know this is the baby. Like, I know this is the baby that I lost. And so that's my understanding of that. So just don't lose hope if you're struggling to get pregnant. Don't lose hope if you've lost pregnancies. Don't lose hope if it's been necessary for you to terminate pregnancies, because if the soul is meant to come down, it will. And if it's meant to be born to you or your family, it will. So, yes. I am so happy to hear you are talking about this. So freaking true. Yeah, anytime. Glad to talk about it. Twin baby energy, not the twin energy. I have twin energy around me for a while now. Me too. I already know I'm going to have twins eventually. I think it's going to be my last pregnancy. I think I'm going to have 3 pregnancies. I think I'm going to have 2 regular pregnancies. And I think my last pregnancy, I'm going to have twins. And I also think that, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure whoever my life partner is at least has 1 kid already, if not more. I just have a feeling that we're going to have a really big family. One of the possums died in my wall. I kept feeling warm fuzzies like he was in my hand, and he stopped chirping in the wall. I was holding a cold. Oh, I'm sorry about that. But you know what? You can't kill energy, like you said. Okay, let me smoke this. And I guess YouTube didn't like that topic because a bunch of A bunch of people left. Either that or it's just lying to me about how many people in here. Sometimes, like right now it says 32 people. In like 5 minutes it'll spike to like 70 and then it'll spike to like 50 and like it's just so weird. Would be really nice if we could do a meditation or spell to open up authentic communication with people in our environment. Actually, you should watch the healing I just did. You should watch the healing I just did because I just prayed for that. I just prayed. But I'll probably do some at the end. But I have to stop talking then and get on my points. Get to my points because we're 50 minutes in. What's wrong with me? I totally got kicked out. So weird. You got kicked out? Oh, see, I'm telling you. That's why it just went from 50 people watching to 27. Because it doesn't want you knowing that. That, like, they want you to feel guilty. They want you to feel bad about yourself. They don't want you to believe that everything happens for a reason, right? They don't want you to feel confident in your choices. Right? Wow, that's wild. We went from 50 people in here to 22 and you literally got kicked out. Nobody cannot say that this app is not working against me. Hey Dutch, did you ever get those Fruity Pebbles? I did! I actually have some in the kitchen. Since I was 10 years old, I could see my future children, and I'm going to have 3. 2 of them are represented as 2 big orbs, and 1 is a tiny light. Oh, that you thought would be a miscarriage? Or maybe it's like they haven't made a choice yet. So maybe depending on your choices and whether that soul chooses, maybe it hasn't fully decided whether or not it wants to incarnate, or maybe it's a backup plan. So maybe if you need to reach a certain goal or lesson in your life, you might be able to reach it without the child, but it might be necessary for that soul to incarnate and help you. And maybe it's like, I don't know, Earth is kind of scary. I'll incarnate if they need me, but maybe not as a human. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a client who, she was told, oh, you're going to have this, you're going to have a baby, blah, blah, blah. Like, all these psychics saw her having a child, and she never did. And it turns out that energy incarnated as her dog now. And so it's like, yeah, sometimes the soul doesn't want to have a human experience, or sometimes it's not necessary for the soul to go through a traumatic human experience, so it just incarnates elsewhere, you know, in a less traumatic way. What? I got kicked out twice each time you said termination. What? Yeah, they just cut half the viewers out. So most people are back, but there's been so much chaos recently. I'm happy you're talking about this. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. All right, first thing we're going to talk about is healing, then manifestation, then the spirit babies. Please like and share, guys, if you feel like this is worth sharing. All right, so healing and meditation through the chaos energy, the best advice I can give you is to get out in nature and connect to the earth. And whenever you're doing anything, please just imagine connecting down to the earth and then connecting up to source, okay? So, let's say you wanted to just do a meditation. I gotta tell you guys too, the earth is talking. Like, Mother Gaia is talking, but like the trees are talking, the plants are talking, especially because like in my part of the world, it's spring. And like nature is so loud right now, like energetically, like there's so much life and energy and it's just speaking. And if you quiet yourself down long enough, you'll be able to hear it. Like Pocahontas, you know, like, yeah. So when meditating and working in the chaos energy, I would highly suggest before you do anything to imagine a white light coming from your center and shooting down in deep into the depths of the earth, connecting solidly to the Earth's core, and then shooting that light back up through the Earth's core, through up your body, up through the top of your head, all your chakras. Shoot it all the way up to God as you perceive God. I see source as a light. So I shoot that all the way up to source. I click up to source, this one and only, the most high, the thing from which all comes. And then I shoot that light back down, down through my head, through my body, down into earth, and up, back up, and down, up, down, up, down. And then you make a system, okay? And so do that before doing anything in chaos, because whatever you're creating is grounded and rooted deeply into the earth, and then it's connected to the Most High, so it's for the highest and greatest good. And always set your intentions when moving through chaos energy as well. This is a very shamanic energy to be in. Like when we think about old ancient shamans, that's what, ooh, I'm looking at another bird. That's what they did. They worked with the land. They listened to the land. They remained neutral. Shamanism is about how everything just is. It's not good or bad. It just is. It's almost like the first form of Satanism, if that makes sense. It's like Satanism pulled off of shamanism. And so really tap into that old chaotic energy, the jinn that were banished to the four corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Astarte, Baal, all the leagues of what Christianity would call hell, all the demons. They're actually daemons. They're not demons. They're old, right? Old, dark. These are not bad. They just are. If chaos and darkness is the thing from which light was born, source was born, it is original. It is not bad because it is where we come from. And this goes back to what I was saying about both the right and the left-hand path, right? It is not good or bad. It just is. We need both sides of the coin. There's 41 people in here and 41 likes. 41, 41, all right? Breaking down to a 5. Major change, karma, shifts, moving, okay? Foundations, new beginnings, right? Okay? Which goes with the spell that we're going to be doing. Amazing. It's all really intertwined and really connected. So yeah, connecting to those daemons, to those older energies that Christianity had to bastardize so that they could sell you something, right? They were selling you a religion because there were too many ways of thinking. There were too many ways of worship. There were too many ways to create your own personal power. So they had to strike it down and destroy it, right? With some weird controlled version of half-truths like they do with everything. So connect to the original sources. Connect to ancient Kemet right now, ancient Egypt. So much of the Bible is derived from ancient Egypt. Connect back to the black land, Kemet, ancient Kemet. That's ancient Egypt. Black, right? Like chaos, dark, not evil. It just is. It's the divine feminine. And how the divine feminine has been bastardized and made evil in these times, huh? Society hates women. Society hates women. For the most part, everything about us, you know, because we've been demonized. When we are, it's two sides of the same coin. You cannot have light without the dark. You just can't. So connect to that darkness, connect to the jinn, connect to the old, the ancient ones. And that's why we're connecting to the land. This land is old. This land is ancient. It's seen all different kinds of experiences. Think about it. Like, I was told recently that where I'm at, there was like actually oceans and like it was like tropical and it was like a rainforest, and I was like, what the heck? Because like now it's not like that at all, but it makes sense because the poles shift. And so it would make sense that if in olden times it was a completely different climate because the poles are shifting, right? So connect to the land. It has messages for you. And like I said, root yourself into the earth and connect yourself to the Most High when you're doing so, and sit on the earth. Connect with the earth. Hug the trees. Talk to the trees. Connect with the spirits of the land, because the land holds spirits as well. The spirits of the animals, the spirits living and dead, the spirits of the humans living and dead. I saw a fox today at the cemetery. That was crazy. There's so much wildlife out here. I love being out here. I realize how I'm not technically in a city, but I am like in a congested area that I do not want to be in anymore. Like, it's fine for what it is right now, but it is not end goal. End goal is out where I can feel the land, you know? And so, yeah, do that. And then while you're doing that, really try to become one with the land of literally imagine yourself just being like particles. So I really like doing this next to water, especially because you can like hear the water and connect with the energy. And you just kind of imagine yourself as if you were floating in the air, like as a part of the ocean, like just float, kind of just like take your soul and put it almost in the middle of like the brook or whatever, and like what does that look like, or like in the middle of the ocean, like how does that feel? And it's like that oneness. It's like a drop in the ocean, out of many one, e pluribus unum, out of many one source, one God, right? We all come from the same energy. That's why we have to accept each other as we are, and we have to protect each other, stop hurting each other, you know, and fight against whatever the common enemy that hates us is, but fight with love, because fighting with hate is only digging us in a deeper hole. So become one, take your soul and integrate it. And how I do this is I kind of imagine what it would look like floating out of my body, and then I integrate, I spread out my particles. Like I imagine myself separating and becoming less and less solid, and I can even feel tingly right now while I'm doing it, because I'm trying to integrate with the land. And then you just kind of send your particles wherever you want them to go. But then always when you're done, pull yourself back in and put your soul back in your body, because if your soul stays out of your body, you will get sick. So, yeah. Oh, fuck. I gotta tell you, the Kundalini awakening has been insane and very real from that crossroads working. And you know, I would like to make a point. So the person that said talking about vaccines is low vibrational, I understand where they're coming from, and I get where they're coming from, because that is far more dense than everything I was just saying. They are right. They're right. Everything I was just saying was super high vibrational. That was very high vibrational, and the vaccine conversation is definitely denser. But the only reason I'm making this point is because it goes back to what I was saying about how all of it is valid and all of it is necessary, because we are in a polarized reality, and we do have to recognize all the aspects of it, because if not, we can't ever stay all in the light, and we can't ever stay all in the dark, right? We need a good balance. And yeah, yep. Okay, so that was good for that. And yep, so I told you how to meditate. Now I'm going to tell you how to manifest. So also within nature, I would suggest doing this. I suggest that you write 5 gratitudes at least once a day. Oh, let me see what you're saying. You needed to transmute the trauma of, oh yeah, sexual assault, though. That's why you were talking about V's. Yeah, I mean, I think we all need to transmute that, including the planet Earth. Yeah, it's a good point. It's kind of a stain on reality as we understand it, like a lack of consent. But I believe that's exactly why things are changing, though, because from what I understand, and I'll finally link the video, because I keep forgetting to, I will link it. It's the latest video from Allison Coe, and it's a hypnosis video. And basically, it's like we're starting to get more divine intervention, and we're starting to get more help from interdimensionals, and this veil is getting thinner. I'm watching 3 cardinals fly by right now, because there's been such a lack of consent. Like, humanity as a whole, consented to none of this. And so and consent is a universal law that spans across all time and space. So the fact that it's been like completely ripped out from under us in every way that you can possibly imagine is what has led us to this point of needing divine intervention, because they have severely been playing against the rules that, like I said, they just exist across all time and space, which goes back to what I was saying about ancient Kemet and ancient Egypt, because it's literally in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. The 7 Hermetic Principles talk about all the laws of the universe, okay? It talks about the polarity. It talks about everything. So yeah, that's why we're finally getting some help out here instead of just fucking raw dogging it all the time in the apocalypse. Alright. Now what did I want to talk about? Oh, the manifestation. Right. So 5, thank you, Lizzie, for linking that video. It's purple and pink. It's really powerful. I highly suggest every single one of you listen to it. It talks about the solar flare, but it talks about the solar flare as an energetic upgrade and shift rather than an apocalyptic solar flare. And then it talks about the divine intervention and the lack of consent, and it's coming soon, I think. So please listen to that. And I love Allison's energy. I could really see myself ending up like her, like doing stuff like her down the line eventually. Okay, so the manifestation. And I need a drink of water. Tonight, I'm making buffalo cauliflower. Like, it's like vegan, vegan buffalo wings, kind of. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be really good. Gluten-free, of course. Alright, now let's talk about the manifestation. As I was saying, write down 5 gratitudes at least once, but Spirit's saying you could do it like at least 3 times actually too, like breakfast. You can even do it at lunch. Breakfast, afternoon, and dinner, and or before you go to bed, and write down all the things that you're grateful for, right? Because when we show gratitude for the things that we already have, even if, like, literally when I had nothing, guys, excuse me, I gave the best burp this morning. I burped and it like echoed through the trees and the birds flew away, and I was like, wow. Oh, when I had nothing, I would literally be like, I am grateful for my glasses. I mean, obviously I have some things, I have glasses, right? So, but when I felt like I had nothing, like when I felt like everything was out of control and like everything was bad, I'd be like, I am grateful I have clean water to drink. I am grateful I have this hat on my head to keep me warm. Like, there's always something to be grateful for. I truly believe that no matter how bad things are, and I think those birds agree with me. He agrees. You agree? Where are you? Wow. He had a lot to say. I guess about gratitude. He wants water? Maybe. There's a whole stream. Always like to remind myself of things I'm grateful for when I'm sad, because grateful to be able to use all my senses. Yeah. Double confirmation. Yeah, that was crazy, right? He was loud. He agrees. So, yeah, you write down what you're grateful for, and then also write down what it is that you really, guys, now is a time to make like a 5-year plan. Like, make a plan. What do you want? Make a year. Okay, I'm channeling this right now. What do you want in the next month? Like in the next moon cycle? Okay, let's do what do you want in the next month? And then what do you want until Cancer season? Because remember how I was saying, like, Cancer season is when shit really starts to pop off? So what is your month plan? What is your 2-month plan? And what's your till the end of Actually, let's do harvest season. Got it. Let's start with that. And then go to Christmas, Spirit. Okay. So, month plan, 2-month plan to Cancer season, major shift. Then what do you want to harvest? What do you want to be harvesting? by fall? And what do you want to be solidified by Christmas? Okay? So use that chaos energy. Give your gratitude after you've connected with the earth, connected with nature. Give your gratitudes and make your plan. And then you can also do like a 5-year plan. Like, where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? You can do that manifestation now. Eclipses are about destiny, right? All this chaos energy, the retrograde energy, use it to your advantage. And also, to work with chaos energy as well, you can write, I would save one for yourself so you can keep track of your progress, but you can burn it. Like, fire is a chaotic energy. You can rip it up and throw it into a water source, or plant it in the ground. You can spit on it, put your DNA on it, but like spit, like that's like a chaotic energy. It kind of hits hard, and it also is like, it adds your DNA to like what you're trying to solidify. I'm looking at I'm looking at a cardinal and a bunch of different birds. So yeah, that's a way you can manifest during this time. That's what I'm gonna do. Because it feels like time is going really fast and really slow at the same time. Like, I feel everything just feels weird. Rampage of appreciation. Abraham. Hell yeah. I found being grateful makes manifestation easier. Yes, you know why? Because when you are grateful, it shows the universe that you have space to have more stuff to be grateful about. Because the universe likes when you are happy, and like when you are grateful, and when you like appreciate it in all of its beauty. And so it's like, wow, they can handle loving this stuff, I'll give them this stuff, you know? It's like, it's kind of like, I don't know, like, let's say you had a fish and you really hated taking care of that fish. You probably wouldn't get another fish, right? Because you didn't feel gratitude in your heart for the work you had to do around it. It felt like troublesome. So I think if the universe feels that it's like troubling you with things, it's not going to trouble you with more things. But if you feel, wow, I love this fish, maybe it's hard to take care of sometimes, but it's totally worth it because I love having a fish in my life. It gives me this, this, and this. I'm so grateful. Then it's going to be a completely different energy, and you'll have space for more of it, right? All right. Now let me just do a little stretchy stretch, and we're going to talk about the spirit babies. So I've had some really weird stuff happen. I'm going to post the little videos. Maybe I'll figure out how to post it as a short on here, because that would probably be more productive than doing it on Instagram. So I'm trying to I don't really want to be on Instagram that much anymore. Like posting my work stuff. But so I'm going to start with a little story. So if you've been keeping up with my Instagram, I was talking about how my firstborn, I believe him to be, I've been calling him Gabe. He came to me after a meditation, and his soul has been with me ever since that meditation. And he's talked to me sometimes, and he was speaking to me about I don't remember, but it was 11:11 on the clock, and then my phone has been taking these really weird images that don't make sense, and it takes it by itself every time I'm talking to a spirit baby. So the first one was a video, and it's like a chunk of yellow and a chunk of red. And it's like a solid color, like chunk of yellow, chunk of red, and it just doesn't make sense. Like, how would my pocket make like a fucking and it looks like it was like man-made. Like, it looked like it's like just solid yellow, solid red, and it's like half and half. It's really weird. And how would my pocket do that when I was talking to him? And I'll post the video to show you like what I mean by it. So yeah. And then yesterday I was at the cemetery. This cemetery is huge, okay? I find a really tall stone and I like want to check it out, so I go to look at it and I realize that like there's a 2-year-old baby buried under it. Like the family's there, but like so is their 2-year-old daughter. And I was like, another spirit baby. So I held the stone and I was like praying to her. Her name was Lily. And she was like, there's no point in being angry. I can feel the energy now. She's like, there's no point in being angry or upset or sad or like pissed off about stuff, because it all just is. Like, it's all in alignment. It's all in Source's energy. And everything is already written. Like, your destiny is already written. So there's no point in like having all these emotions or thoughts around it that bring you down. And I felt like that was really powerful because I was angry in the moment. And then my phone took a picture in my pocket, and it was like dark purple on the outside and pink on the inside, like an aura. So crazy. I'll post it. I will post all the pictures. I'll see if I can make a short out of it. But yeah, so that happened in my pocket, and I was like, wow, that was crazy. But it was like, I'm sure you can feel it on me right now if you're like can feel energy, that like my energy just completely shifted because it was so powerful. And then today, again in the cemetery, I stumbled upon a tiny stone that literally just says baby. Like, it just says baby. And then there was like this quote on the bottom of it that was like, stolen children, like it will never be like taken from inside us or something like that. It was really old. And I was like, tell me how the fuck I just ended up at another baby grave. Like, and when I go to the cemetery I love, like that's down by the ocean, the first time I ever went there, the babies took me right over because there's like a whole baby section. And so the babies, there's a cardinal I'm looking at right now, all the babies called me. It's a huge cemetery. I've never even seen the whole thing because it's so big. And they took me right over, the babies took me right over to them. So what I want to say, I took a poll on my Instagram to see if other people were having spirit baby experiences, and like 85% of people said that they could feel the spirit baby. I think it was 89 actually, said they could feel the spirit babies that want to come to Earth. And when I think of it, I literally, Spirit told me there's going to be a mass star seed seeding. So they called it a mass seeding, but essentially that's what it is, like a mass seeding of star seeds into human bodies. And basically, if you're consenting to have, there's going to be a mass wave of pregnancies, because part of the evil agenda has been to regulate population and sterilize people and take away people's reproductive rights. So part of the solar flare and mass pouring of energy, take it or leave it. This is what I've channeled. This is what my spirits told me. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. So to aid in that like high vibrational shift, there's a mass seeding of star seeds happening. And they just said there could be a lot more twins too, like a lot more immaculate conception twins, that it's like you've never had twins in your family line and now suddenly you have them, because it's like we need to get, if we're in a spiritual war, we need our numbers up, right? We need the light up. So I think that's what's coming from, from Cancer season to Virgo season. So from June 21st, my birthday, the first day of summer, the longest day of the year, and the day, it's the last longest day, and then darkness starts to take over. But anyway, June 21st until Virgo season, which is about, I think it's like the 23rd or the 24th of August, which I believe to all of August to be the Lionsgate portal, all of August, which is a crazy time. A ton of souls depart during the Lionsgate portal, and many souls enter during the Lionsgate portal. So I believe from end of June to end of August, we're going to see truth and mass waves of awakening and awareness happening. And there's a big truck coming up a dirt road right now in the middle of nowhere. While I'm talking about this, how odd. What the heck? Can you see it? I don't even know if you can see it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like way zoomed in. No wonder you can't see it. Bye. Okay. So, I think there's going to be, I think the veil is going to be nearly non-existent. I think that just as we usually see a wave of evil in the summer, so my summer, we usually see a wave of evil. So we had the whole George Floyd thing happen. We had, I think it was like when it was warmer that they were trying to abolish, take away women's rights. Like, they always try to kick some shit up in the summer because people are, for one, they're drinking more, and for two, they're aggravated because it's hot. So I learned in a psychology class that, especially in cities, people are more likely to be violent during the summer because they are agitated by the heat and they're usually drunk. So they try to harness that. I feel like we're going to have, I think there's going to be chaos like that, but I think it's because there's going to be an outpouring of light. I think people's personal lives are going to be so beautiful and amazing that they're not even going to be paying attention to whatever mainstream scheme they're trying to pull over people. I think people are going to be in a bubble of love and awareness, and I think a ton of truth is going to come out about all the lies and crappiness and like everything that they have taken advantage of us for. I think from the end of June until the end of August is when we're going to see that. And I think there's going to be a mass seeding during that time. And I think the seeding goes from the start of Cancer season to the end of 2023. So I think that goes from June to the last 6 months of the year. We're going to see a starseed seeding and mass pregnancies happening. So if you consent, like if you're in an energetic space where you feel like you would be consenting to get pregnant with the person that you're with or whatever, be mentally prepared to possibly conceive, because if you are on a deep soul level consenting, it might be necessary for you to conceive, Oh yeah, and I was saying Immaculate Conception about the twins. That's why we're going to see that, because we need numbers. We're in war, right? And what wins the war? Numbers. We got to raise the vibration, and we can raise the vibration with numbers. So, yeah. So and this is how I see it. I literally see like the clouds opening up. It sounds so cheesy. But I see the cloud, and here comes the car to interrupt my thoughts again. The truck. So I see it like a big cloud, and I literally see like archangels with like trumpets, cause I see it's like they're just waiting. They're waiting for like the alignment. They're waiting for the astrology, whatever it is. Right now we're in a major purge. Like I said, eclipse season, chaos energy, purge. Get it out now, because damn, that light is gonna fucking open up, and the light is gonna pour out from June on, because we're winning this war. It's already written. It's already done. I already know it. Like, just like that baby was telling me, it's already done, dude. Their reign of terror is already at an end. They're grasping with their ugly talons, trying to hold on to us. But so get it out now so that you can let the light in from June on and open up your heart. And I see the clouds opening. I literally see like they're like, yeah, like all these souls, they're ready to pour in, and they're all like, I see little cherub babies, but I see all different kinds of souls and spirits, all different interdimensionals that have never been human, so they have no human karma coming into this life, so they are going to be fucking like light gems that we need to, they're crystalline crystalline, alkaline children, okay? Crystalline, alkaline children, right when we're about to make a change for the better and start to have healthy food, healthy schools, healthy communities. You know, we're working. Spirit told me that I think in the next 45, I was like, where will I be, like, in the next 45 years or something like that? Because if I'm 30, so, like, by the time I'm, like, 75, and they were, like, in a spacesuit, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and then I was like, but will I get to actually enjoy that? And they were telling me that, like, by the time I'm middle-aged, we should be having, like, contact and trading with, especially if they're trying to create the evil agenda by 2030, right? So that's the next 7 years. So within the next 7 years, I'll be 38, give or take. And I saw myself being able to, like, enjoy that kind of stuff at a younger age where it was still, like, enjoyable. You know, and I still had quality of life. And they were saying life expectancy is going to go way up. So if you've been feeling like, oh, like, time's going so fast, whatever, they were saying once they break the reign of terror of the 1%, like, because we won't be constantly, first of all, they're going to have stuff to help us, like, with health, because we've been denied so much, like, good health care, and we've been denied good, you know, treatments for what it is that we need. When we raise our vibration and we lighten up our density and we really do prevail over the evil, we're going to have better health options, where our food isn't going to be poisoned, our water, our air, all of it. Think about it. If you're thriving right now, okay, let's say you're not even thriving, you're doing good. Like, your job's good, your relationship's good, your health is good, everything is just average. It's okay. Think about just what if you had clean food, water, airways, because we've talked about this before, how I think they use the cell towers to subconsciously bring us down and, like, put subconscious things in our head and stuff. So if you're, like, doing well in a time like this, imagine how unstoppable you'll be when everything is not working against you, when it's literally not, like, fucking pressing yourself against a thick wall just to do anything, like a thick wall trying to separate you from whatever you're trying to achieve. It's like, I feel like it's like we're gonna pull that wall away, and it's like people are gonna fucking thrive and soar. And they were like, dude, the life expectancy is gonna go way up very quickly. And so it's like, yeah, we will get to enjoy our, like, what we've worked for, because just think about, like, I was literally watching some birds earlier, and I was like, how do I know gravity is even real? Like, how do I know gravity is, like, how do I not know that that's, like, not just programmed into me, that I can't be as agile as that bird? Because, like, my joints are starting to get real double jointed. When I tell myself, like, light as a feather, stiff as a board, I do that thing that, you know, you would all do when you were kids, like, light as a feather, stiff as a board. I do that, like, when I'm going down a hill and shit. Like, I'll tighten all my muscles, and I'll say light as a feather, stiff as a board, and I'll say I'm only as dense as I believe. And then it gets easier for me to, like, walk up the hill or, like, go down the hill. And so, or, like, when I'm trying a new trick, like, I hurt my shoulder, so I can't do as many tricks right now, but when I go back to doing tricks, I'm going to try that, because, like, who said gravity is real? How do I not know it's just another goddamn lie I've been fed? Who says maybe it's real, but maybe not to the extent we know it to be, you know? So, yeah. So the babies, the spirit babies, they're coming down, and you can communicate with them now. They're communicating with you through your dreams. They're communicating with you through synchronicities and meditation. And I would highly suggest going up, doing what I said, connecting your root down to the earth, and then your light up to the sky, up to source, as you perceive source. Sorry, I have, like, burps. But connect to source, and then set your intention for only your highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of humanity. And I suggest you go to your star family, go up on a ship, meditate, and imagine going on a ship. And if you have a hard time with meditation and you'd like me to do a meditation for that, please leave that in the comments, and I'll set something up for that. But yeah, go up to the ship and ask them about the spirit babies. Ask them to speak with them. You can even just call upon your spirit babies. You don't have to go to a ship. I just like to, because I like to keep up with my star family. But yeah, just see what's going on for you. And then I feel like it's in perfect connection with the chaos energy, because when we think about birth and when we think about the portal that is the vagina, that which the baby is born, like, that is so chaotic. Like, as a, like, female with a vagina, like, and I know a lot of females feel this way, it's definitely, like, shocking to think about that part of your anatomy pushing a whole baby out, but it's literally what your body was designed for. It's like perfectly divine and designed to do so, as long as you're doing it in a way that's cohesive to the system and works with the system instead of against the system. I've been really delving into educating myself about the system your body has created to birth a child, and the pharmaceutical industry has really done everything against your body's natural systems to create more ailments and issues and trauma, to then make you a customer in other ways, right? To make you a customer to whatever you need to get healed, whether that's psychological or physical, right? So, thinking about that energy in this chaos time, and thinking about how much pain and suffering and sacrifice goes into birthing and creating life, use that energy and understand it for birthing and creating your manifestations, as well as new versions of self, like a phoenix, like rising from the ashes. Because after a woman gives birth, she's never the same. Like, that form, that physical human form, will never be the same ever again. It's different now. So use that energy, connect to that chaos energy. And you don't have to be anatomically a woman. You don't have to even identify as a woman to tap into that chaos energy and try to connect to it and integrate it into part of your understanding. And I think that it would be beneficial for Mother Gaia as well, because at the end of the day, she is a mother, right? So I think it would be beneficial not only for humanity, and like I said at the beginning of this, how women have just been demonized and how society as a whole pretty much does just fucking hate women. I think it would be good for the collective to tap into that chaotic birthing energy. And you know what else I'm realizing? I am not willing to conceive with anyone less than a life partner for so many reasons, because one, I'm not raising a whole human with someone who I would not, like, consider sharing a life and a lineage with. I'm just not interested in it. I'm not saying it's wrong for other people. It's very right for other people. It's not right for me. So it's just a realization about self. But I'm not willing to conceive with anyone in less than a life partner. And also, I'm not willing to conceive with anyone less than, like, someone who's going to take care of my every need during a moment like that. Because during a moment like that, because I want to have a natural, unmedicated birth, and I want to do it the way our ancestors did it. And I'm going to need some serious fucking support along the way to do that. And so I cannot be with a partner that's anything less than, like, all in and supportive and, like, ready to take on this quest of being a family with me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Got my drink and my 2-step, you know? So, yeah, that's that energy. I'm doing a spell with the land. There's a brook, and there's this little fairy area with this really beautiful smelling tree. Gnomes were roaming over there. I could see them in my mind's eye. They were working at night. It was so adorable. So I'm going to go over there. I'm going to leave some eggshells and coffee grounds and flowers. I'm going to give flowers to the brook. There's a wheel here that one of the owners of the house actually made, and it puts electricity into the home from the wheel of the brook, and it was like his dream. So I'm going to be giving flowers to the wheel to connect to the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, which is like karma and the pendulum swinging, everything we were just talking about. I feel like it's really connected to this chaos energy of eclipse season, that Wheel of Fortune. So I'm going to be giving flowers there. And then I'll also be writing you guys petitions and putting them in the stream. I think I might rip them up because I like that chaos energy of it, and put them in the stream. And then I'm going to go over to the cemetery, and I'm going to bring alcohol, coins, and flowers over to the cemetery. Thank you, Lizzie. Lizzie just put the link. The link will be listed in the timestamps and everything below as well. And that will be Thursday night, and it's 1444 to work with that foundational energy of 4. And like I said, it's pretty cool because we're going to do lots of different offerings. So yeah, if you want to use it to kick up all the other stuff I just told you to do, like your manifestations and your gratitudes and everything like that. I just talked so much. I just talked for 95 minutes, and Bo is probably napping. He had a very cute moment there, but when he was just like trying to play on me. He was like, cemetery. He loves the cemetery. But yeah, I'm gonna get going. Let me see what you guys are saying, and then I'm gonna get going. You are the best tarot reader ever. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bro, I had an evil doctor try to give me an IUD on astrological New Year's Day. Yo, IUD ruined my life for a while. Like, it messed me up. Oh my God, the summer solstice. Yes. What? That's your spirit guide's name? What the heck? Is Gabe? Wait, what name? All that we do is simply to enrich our experience of life, according to Sadhguru. Yeah. Hehe. This is what I call education. Thank you. That's what I was trying to do. I've been wanting an at-home pregnancy. There's a whole bunch of TikToks showing a sacred birthing space in the comfort of the home. I refuse to go to the hospital. Hell yeah. So I like on Instagram, I like Christian hypnobirthing. I don't identify as like religiously a Christian, but I identify as a Christian in the sense that like I believe Christ consciousness and us being good people is what's going to save the world. And I identify as Christian in the sense that like I'm a nice person and I'm a good person, and I think Jesus would be proud of me if he was here today, So I like the Christian hypnobirthing because I just like the energy of it. And then I think it's like womb wellness. I don't know. I'm always posting it though. So if you follow me on there. You're starting a fan page? Oh, Gabe. Yeah. I don't know. I keep calling him Gaby the baby. Yo, caught the best live show on prime time early, LOL, today. Yeah, I just finished, Paul. I don't know if you missed it. I just finished. A fan page for who? For me? Or for the spirits? Yeah, I said that too, but then 12 hours into it, I decided to go to the hospital. Yeah, you know what though? 12 hours after that, had a C-section. He was a breech with a very big head. You know what? You did your best, man. Nobody can ask for anything but your best, and you did your best, and you did what you could do. And he decided to come out feet first. That's not your fault, and have a big old head. You know who else has a big head? Me. My poor mom. You should start a coven. I should. Actually, it's funny you say that because I'm going to start doing this thing where once a month I might get like 10 people together and maybe 13, I don't know, but on Zoom. And where we all like introduce ourselves and then you guys follow me in a stretch. Like we do a little stretch and then we all do free movement and then we pick a topic. We pick a talking point. And that would be maybe like $25, maybe a little more depending on how long it's going to be. So it'd be like a group spell but a Zoom one. So, I think I'm going to start doing that. Because I think that would be beneficial for a lot of us. Yes? Okay. Whoa. That's what my grandma did. Just move them in your tummy till they were head down and somehow just felt it. That's insane. You're going to make a fan page of me? All right. I guess that's okay. I mean, I don't see why not. I did. We'll catch up. Please let me know when. Oh, yeah, the trip to Salem. I have to plan that too. Okay. I wanted to plan the teaching while I was in South Carolina, and then I also wanted to plan the Salem trip while I was down there too. Okay, so I just have to remember to do that. Yeah, because I think it would be good for us to talk to each other instead of me just like blah, 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 blah. I mean, I know it's necessary sometimes for me to blah, 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 but it doesn't have to be all the time. Alright, guys, I'm going to get going. Thanks for joining me. I hope this helped you. And I actually think I'm going to listen to that Allison Coe video now. I think I'm going to listen to it again because it was really good. Hi, Melody. Yo, that spell was insane, right, Melanie? Came in on the tail end, but I hope everyone's having a good day. See, I am a receptive fan. Yeah. Bye, baby Pico. Thanks for coming. Alright, I love you guys. Bye. Everything will be linked.